Yo, we back. I'm back, bro. I'm back, man. Welcome back, man. Someone say, welcome back, bro. I know you guys have missed me. I've been away for a while, man. I know, man. Been away for a while. I've been away to attend some really important stuffs going on. And right now I'm back, and I'm really happy to be back. I know you guys missed me. Someone say, welcome back, welcome back. I missed you guys, man. I really missed you guys. I just want to say I'm happy to be back. Like you guys already know. I've been away for a while watching the charts, watching the chart coming on, watching the chart, but I don't want to say nothing because I'm just watching my Bitcoin give me some profit. Bitcoin has been giving me some profit that I have never even thought of, the last time I took on Bitcoin right here, I took you guys right here on Bitcoin. If you go to my previous YouTube videos, check on the Bitcoin projection part one, and you see what I analyzed on Bitcoin. I told you guys Bitcoin is the future, bro. I hope at this point of time, everyone is at least having a piece of Bitcoin with him. Go and at least grab you like at least $100 worth of Bitcoin. Grab yourself $100 worth of Bitcoin today and thank me later, man. I know it's been really fascinating for you guys to just be thinking like Bitcoin is not the future. I don't know who is telling you guys Bitcoin is the future, bro. Bitcoin is the future. I want you guys to take your time, look into it and understand it better and go grab you some Bitcoin. Yeah, so jump in the chat. Let's jump into the chat. Let's jump into the chat. No time, no time, no time. I just want to show you guys, continue from where we stopped. The projection we had the other day is something like, yeah, we talked about Bitcoin in some certain ways. The last time we talked about Bitcoin, I was telling you guys Bitcoin was trending. It was consolidating at this zone. Yeah, Bitcoin was consolidating at this zone, and I came out. I showed you guys. I talked to you guys. I said, hold on and wait. When Bitcoin was about to start moving, I showed you guys. Yeah, let me drop my trend line as always. Yeah, this trend line has always been like this. Go to my previous Bitcoin projection. You will see how I drew, how I drew my chart, everything. Go and check it. I know you guys are going to watch the previous video. Watch it and understand it better. This is just like the continuation. If you don't watch the previous one, you're not going to understand this one. So yeah, so like I was saying, yeah, so this is the trend line moving down here. The previous time when Bitcoin was right here consolidating, I told you guys, relax. Don't take a trade. Just wait. Wait, he's going to unveil himself. He's going to see, you know, when there's a rope, like when a rope is tangled, when it's on, like when it losing itself, right? When someone lose everything from the rope, that's just what was going to happen. I told you guys, wait, hold on for Bitcoin to finish consolidating. As soon as it's finished consolidating, it's going to tell us the direction it's going. So, like I said, there was a trend line down here. If you remember, okay, let me start from this one here. I put it, this is a counter trend line. There was a counter trend line straight down here, right? Yeah. And there was another one. Yeah, let me pick this one up. There was another one down here also on our previous chart. Yeah, I'm going to draw everything correctly. Then I'll tell you what happened, right? You guys, this just pay attention. Just pay attention to what I'm going to say now. This is really, man. At some point, I was just thinking, because Bitcoin was around here, right? I was just thinking, what is going to happen? It was just consolidating. I was like, what's going to happen? You remember when I told you guys about this bar line I dropped down here, this hash bar line I dropped down here? I showed you guys that whenever Bitcoin is going to make a move, it's going to break either this zone to the downside or hit this zone to the upside. That was when it was around this part, right? So what then happened was Bitcoin was really tricky this time, and I'll show you guys how tricky it was. Just listen, on you will understand now. So when Bitcoin came to this zone, I told you guys Bitcoin was going to hit this line. It was around here. It was around here, ranging around here. I said it was going to hit this line, bounce here on this our bar line here, go to the upside, bounce here, fake them out a little bit, then go up to 92K. Go and check my previous Bitcoin projection. This was what I said. I am not capping. This was what I said. Go and check it. You understand better. So what happened was Bitcoin came down here. Let me remove this for now. Bitcoin came down here. There was this was our bar line. Bitcoin came down here. It stopped at this zone. At this zone, I was just thinking, what is going to happen? Mind you, this is a daily time frame. At this zone, I was just thinking, what was going to happen? Either it was going to repeat what happened at this point, either it bounced up here and drop down. So I was just watching closely at this zone. Then immediately Bitcoin came down here. It went down a little bit. It came back up as if it was going to bounce on this line and fall down. You see what I'm saying? This was how tricky Bitcoin was at that point. So I was just paying attention because my overall bias was going up, because we can't just have all this dip for like 5 months straight and still trying to dip down. So I was just thinking, oh, this was the last point. It's definitely going to go up. But at the same time, I was just like, wait, oh, Bitcoin no go divert. Oh. So I was just having those double thoughts at the same time. I was like, so I was just concentrating on the child. I don't want to make any move. I just paying attention to every detail at this point. This was around this zone when it was consolidating on this our bar line here, or this our hash bar line here. I was just holding on, holding on. Then what then happened was Bitcoin came down here, then it bounced. Then there was a daily candle that came up here that was a green candle right here. I'm not going to lie. Right this point, 68 zone. So immediately I spot that zone. Let me expand this a little bit for you guys to see. Immediately I spot that zone right here. And go and watch my previous video. Like I said, I told you guys when Bitcoin bounce down on this bar line, it's going straight up. It's going straight up. So immediately I came, I opened a buy position right here, 68, around 68K. That was when I opened a long position right there. And I dropped my what they call it, yeah, my stop loss around here, because I'm a very conservative trader. Like I trade conservatively. Sorry, please don't take it wrong. I am trading conservatively. I don't want to be pushing things up for you guys, because someone will be like, "Oh yeah, why is your stop loss?" Like, bro, I'm a conservative trader. I've been holding Bitcoin for the past 10 years. I understand Bitcoin well. I know what it's going to do. Bitcoin is volatile. Bitcoin, you need to have, like, you need to be you need to be smart up there for you to trade Bitcoin. So what I then did was I took this take profit up to 92K right here. So this was what happened. This was how I jumped into the trade. Then immediately the next day, I saw Bitcoin at 72K. I was like, wow, this shit is playing out. You know something, right? When your technicals are right, everything is going to work as you plan. So what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to chill and relax. Chill and relax. Then I had a conversation. Same time I had a conversation with my brothers, Shout out to you, man. Shout out to my team, man. They're really working hard. I had a conversation with them. I told them, like, yo, what's going to happen? What's your take on Bitcoin? Right when Bitcoin was around this zone. And all of them were like, yeah, you good, you could keep it, like you still hold it. But at the same time, one of them told me, like, watch out on this zone, because once Bitcoin get to this zone, you remember this our trend line. We dropped this trend line right here. Once Bitcoin come to this zone, hits this trend line, is going to drop down. And I was like, oh, that's true. But like at the same time, I was like, yeah, as long as there was a bullish engulfing candle ready that stood up, when the bullish engulfing candle hit up, come up like this, I was like, yeah, I say, okay, I said, okay, let me just chill and understand what was going to happen. At the same time, sorry, I'm a little bit rusty today. Like, so sorry if I'm a little bit rusty, man. I've not been on the chat for a while, so you can understand how it feels now. How it feels to be back to my home, bro. Bitcoin is everything to me. Bitcoin is everything to me. So what do you expect me to do, man? I could be running every day, bro. Showing you this guy. I'm just coming out here showing you guys everything about Bitcoin. See, you guys need to, man. Don't worry. Let's go. So I took the buy from here. Yeah. So Bitcoin came down. It came to this zone. It was about going down. Let me remove this guy for a minute and explain this thing properly to you guys. So it came to this zone. It was about going down. And I was like, oh, this shit might take me out. But I was at the same time, I was like, man, it already came out to this zone and it came out to this zone. What was going to happen is definitely going to respect trend lines because you need to understand something about the market, right? It's always going to respect trend line unless it's moving aggressively. When it's moving aggressively, you're just going to see ah, bullish engulfing. But no, it takes time to form. At this point, a lot of people will be taking the profit out at this point. So I expect this type of move. I was just patient enough to understand that, yeah. And it was on Sunday. The mind you on this red candle right here was on Sunday. So I was like, yeah, Sundays, that's really what happens on Bitcoin. Sundays stroke Monday morning. I was like, okay, they are definitely gonna take profit. So I was at the same time, I was like, okay, let me just focus. And the next morning around 4 a.m., I woke up Monday morning and I saw this long bullish engulfing candle. I was like, yes, like, like I was like, yeah, I killed it. Like, see, you know one thing about Bitcoin? Bitcoin is really, 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 really tricky, bro. I was just so happy at this point, and I knew like when it immediately broke this trend line with the bullish engulfing candle, I knew that wow, our next take profit is definitely going to be 80K. Then immediately I just held my Bitcoin comfortably. We were just chilling. When you guys were trying to sell, I was just relaxing, chilling, not doing nothing. I was just watching everything. I don't really pay too much attention on what people are doing. I just pay much more attention to what I'm going to do next, like what Bitcoin is going to give to me. And I took my first take profit on this 81K. And right when Bitcoin came to 81K, I took my first take profit, and I'm still expecting Bitcoin to get to this zone at some time. Our next take profit is going to be definitely this zone, which is um 88K. Yeah, so and definitely Bitcoin is going to come to 88K, which is we are going to see Bitcoin at 92K. Definitely. So, but right now, allow Bitcoin to do its thing. Like I always say, Bitcoin is going to trick people out right now at some point, which is moving like this at this zone. It's going to move something like this, move down a little bit, then retrace back up. Something like this is going to happen. You heard it first here, man. Bitcoin is going to 90K. At least Bitcoin is going to 90K. I'm just coming out here to give you another projection. Then at least when it hit that 90K, it can do whatever it wants to do. But at this point, I'm still watching Bitcoin. Remember, I took my first take profit around this zone, which was 81,000. Yeah, this was I took my first take profit. I'm not going to tell you guys the trick how I take my profit and everything. But still, if you pay attention to what I'm doing, you understand. So like, yeah, I remember I started buying from 68. Stop loss were right here, right below here at 59K or so. And my overall take profit is 92K. So first take profit was around this zone. 81,000. Second take profit, 88,000. Third take profit, 92,000. You heard it first here. That's how Bitcoin is definitely going to move. And I don't want to talk too much. I just want you guys to understand like Bitcoin is the future. Go grab you a Bitcoin, please. Don't be behind when we are moving forward into a new world. I just want to say thank you guys for watching today. I don't want to take too much of your time. I just come out here to show you guys like, yeah, I'm not the kind of person that will give you a trade and I will just go out there and go ghost. No. Definitely coming back to talk about the trade, even if we're winning, even though we're losing. You heard it first here. Bitcoin is going to do well. Bitcoin is going to do well. I'm happy to be back and I'm happy to stay with you guys. I want to say thank you. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for understanding what I'm doing. Thank you for giving me your time. And I want to say, God bless you. God bless you. God bless everyone. All right. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Love you. Peace out. Bye. See you guys next time. Yeah.